Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're going to look at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, the IYT, the USO, and we can look at a couple other ones like ExxonMobil, Apple, and JPM since those are the leaders. And actually they weren't too bad today. But let's get right into the SPY, the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. So we're looking at the daily chart of the SPY. We've been talking about this bullish pattern. We're still above the 20 MA, the 50 MA, the 200 MA, and it's still a bullish consolidation pattern. But we tried breaking out, little topping tail here, nothing great. I would have liked to have seen more volume. So yeah, it's a tail, but for me, you gotta respect it. But you know, I would like to see 100 million at least, and I think we had. Well, today we had 53 million. So yesterday I think we had 55 million, whatever. So it popped up again, no follow through, reversal. Nice reversal today. We were 84 down on the Dow, I believe, but we're still above the MAs. I still want to see it get below 217.63 and then the 20 MA and then fill this gap and then confirm, and then possibly we might go down. You know, we're due for some selling. If they can't get this market up in a month and a half with good consolidation, that's telling me this market wants to go down, or it will take the path of least resistance. Let's go to the weekly. The weekly, like we talked about on our last video, we did close above this high, but we have a doji. We're reversing right now. We'll see if we get some more follow through to the downside. We're looking for a close below 217 or so. If we get that, then we'll look for some more follow through on the downside, and hopefully we'll get some more volume. I want to see heavier volume on the sell-offs. But with light volume like this, we get some selling pressure, it's going to be lights out. I'm going to tell you that right now. Monthly chart, we had a nice pop up through here, all the all-time highs. Got to see some follow through, guys, and I want to see more volume than this on the monthly. You know, I mean, it's still, we're almost halfway. Actually, we're halfway through and we got nothing. So summertime, people are going back to school, taking vacations. We should see volume starting to pick up in the next week or so. Unless we get some, who knows, it's Options X, Whipsaw Wednesday, you never know. Let's go to the Qs. My chart's a little bit slow tonight, I'm not sure why. So again, we really had no consolidation, no bullish pattern, just a float above the MA, light volume, had a topping tail. We're trying to make a retrace, 618, 750, closed above it on Friday. Nice reversal today, filled the gap, right back down to the 382 retrace. Let's see if we start heading down tomorrow. Again, just like we want to see follow through to the upside, I want to see some follow through to the downside. We're still above the MAs, still in a strong stance. But this reversal, you know, on light volume, we'll see tomorrow. I can't, you know, each one, day by day on the daily, each day tells a different piece of the puzzle. Weekly chart, same thing. Got above, topping tail. This one really wasn't. It was more on the daily. Had a little bit of follow through, but you know what? 7 candles up, you'd expect a reversal. I want to see a close below 115.60, whatever the high is here, 85 or whatever it is. And then we'll see if we get some follow through on the weekly. So let's see on Friday where this candle closes. Monthly, same thing, trying to break above the highs. Let's see if we stay above these highs on the monthly chart. So we have another 2 weeks to wait for that. So again, weekly, you know, or on the Qs, still strong until we get below this 20 MA, possibly fill this gap and then get below and confirm. We have a couple pivots here, another gap, and I think we'll be heading down to the 50 and possibly these pivots in here, or you got a lot of support in this area. So we'll have to see how it reacts. Let's get to the IWM. IWM down a buck today again on the daily. Actually, it wasn't bad. We had a nice bullish pattern start to pop out, but now we have an engulfing reversal candle that closed below this low. So that tells me we're weak. We didn't have a lot of volume today, only 20 million, but that's a nice reversal signal here. Let's see if we can continue on some follow through and get back to the 20 MA. I believe we did not fill this gap. It was close today. But we shorted this thing intraday and we got paid from it, which was nice. We also shorted Apple too, which was really nice too. It hit gap fill at 110, but well, we'll go to that chart in a couple minutes. Weekly, again, Got to this area here, 123.57. We've talked about that. And look at that. Boom. We hit it. Reversal. We might actually have a little topping tail here. I'd like to see more follow through on the weekly. So we got 3 more days and then to the close, and then we'll reevaluate this one. Monthly chart, same thing. This breakdown bar, 123.43. Got to it today. Rejected. Let's see what happens in the next couple weeks for the monthly. See where we close. For me, bearish. I'd like to see it close below 120.27, then reverse, go to the 50 MA, and then continue downward to this trend line. But again, this is the monthly, so we got a little time on this. Weekly chart, though, so far so good. We're got a little topping tail here, but again, 3 days left on the weekly, then we'll know more. Let's go to the DIA. I don't really like covering this one, but a couple people asked me to. Again, we got above the all-time high, never closed here. Made a new high today, reversed, filled the gap. You know, nothing special. Light volume. I mean, this is the weekly. We had a little topping tail yesterday on the daily. Nice reversal. Let's see if we can get to the 20 and see how it reacts there. Maybe we set up sideways and start going down, or do we just start coming in? Now remember, last year around this time we had that flash crash when it was 1,000 down. And again, it was doing no volume, and all of a sudden, boom. So you gotta keep that in the back of your mind that, hey, a year ago, almost to the day, well, we got a couple more days, we were tanking. So, but on the weekly, I want to see it close above this high, above the 186.87. Actually, no, 186.56. But so far this week, we're having a nice reversal. Let's see if we could close below this candle, then possibly more follow through. On the monthly, same thing. We got above the all-time high. Again, you know, I keep talking. We got to see follow through on this, and I want to see more volume. This is going up on nothing. So until then, I don't believe it. And then going to the IWM, still lagging. That should be the leader, not leading. Indicate that's a big red flag. Let's go to the IYT. IYT too. This one should be leading the charts too, and it's not. And this one wasn't bad. It was up 2 cents. But you know what? Every time it gets to the 8,000 level, it gets rejected, goes up, rejected. This is the ETF for the iShares, for the Dow Jones transports. But if we get above 8,000 and confirm, then maybe. But again, this one should be well above 8,000 and leading the way, and it's not. So I've been talking about this for weeks. If it doesn't lead, the markets are in bad shape. The only thing saving it is the light volume. Again, we're short the IYT, so. But we have a nice inside bar pattern. We pushed it up. I want to see it close below these MAs on the weekly, and then we'll talk and reevaluate this one. Monthly chart, same thing, inside bar bullish pattern, but overall we're in an inside bar bearish pattern. So it's like a 50-50 shot, could go up or down. But on the monthly, I want to see it recapture the 20 MA and continue up into these pivots, and then I might believe it. But again, this thing should be at the highs, leading the way. If we crack below this trend line in the 50 MA and the 382, man, I think we're going to this pivot, this one, and you know, ultimately I think we're filling the gap around 95, but we'll have to reevaluate down the road on the weekly and the daily, and we'll go from there. Let's look at the USO. Nice bounce on USO. We had a lot of guys at support coming out, like RBC or whatever their name is. You know, right when we hit the support, you can see it better on the weekly. Right when we hit the support down in here, they all came out, oh, oil's going to start running. So they got everybody on board. But check this out. We're going into the 20 MA. We added some shorts today. And if we come up here into this 1140 area, we're going to add more shorts. If we confirm above this area, we'll possibly stop out. But, you know, unless I stay in a half position and maybe get up into this area, we'll again reevaluate, you know, each day and see what this thing is doing, setting up wise. You know, where I'm looking for patterns right now at this point, and this is some good resistance. I believe, did we fill the gap? I think we tapped the. I think we almost filled the gap today. I'd have to look at that a little closer. But again, nice bounce inside bar. This is still a bearish monthly, below the MA, still weak. Until this gets above this 1384 area and continues up, I still believe the sun's going lower. I have a target of 646. These markets break down, it's all going down, especially the SPY. Let's go to Apple. We actually traded this one intraday. Let's go to the 10-minute. So this thing filled the gap around, I think it was 109.86, right in that area. You know, if you go back here, you can see it. I don't have it right there. There's the gap. There's the gap it filled today. Let's go to the horizontal right there. So right around 109.81. And when this thing pierced, so we filled the gap, then we pierced above it. We had a nice 3-bar surge with a topping tail. You got to short this thing. So at 110, we started adding 100, 110 even number. Then we went 110, I think 09. And then when this thing started cracking down, first hit of this 50 MA we covered. And then when it came back in and started going into this support in this area, that's where we covered the last half. I think it was at 38 or 39. So that was a great call. Look at this. Inside bar, bearish pattern, and collapse. That was a great trade. ExxonMobil, kind of going up. You know, you'd expect 11 cents up. The USO is up 1.5%, and this thing could not catch a bid. That's because the SPY was selling. So when the SPY sells, it's a market trade. Everything else is going to go with it. Well, mostly. You'll get some. It is options X, so you have some stuff going up and down. But for the most part, SPY goes down, everything's done. Again, 11 cents up. I would like to see a bigger rally on that one. Let's go into JPM, another leader. I should say another leader that's lagging. But look at these sell candles at the end of the day. Somebody wants out in the overall markets. Let's go to the daily on this chart. You know, again, inside bar, we closed below this area here, 65.09. Hit the 20 MA. I think we're going to fast track down. We have a lot of support in this area, but this stuff cracks. We're just going to go boom, 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 and just keep going down. Like I said, the SPY sells, it's over. Again, inside bar, weekly. Let's see if we could close above this area on the weekly. Then I think we could continue up. If this closes below this 64.90 area on the weekly, I think we're heading down into this area as well. We're short JPM as well. Monthly chart, same thing. Went up, filled the gap. Well, we filled the gap here, but it's been chopping around. I want to see a little more downside. I'd love it to get below this 20 MA and then continue down. But we're going to have to follow it with the SPY. And then one other one. Oh, let's see here. Google was down. Amazon was down. You know, a lot of them, the leaders. McDonald's was down. Facebook was down. You know, everything just kind of falling apart. And then look at this. I love this action on the SPY. Look at that. Boom. Someone wanted out there, you know. So nice gap down, bearish consolidation, and then boom at the end of the day. And this is my thesis for tomorrow. I mean, we got this pretty good sell-off, and I would like to have seen this bull or bearish pattern stay above the 20 MA, then move down, but it's starting to play out. It looks like. I think first target here is going to be gap fill around 217.62, and ultimately I think we're getting down in this area. If we get down to 216.40, I think it'll be a short-term buy for a day or two, but if this thing starts cracking, like I said, on no volume, boom, we're going down. And then we have this fake print down here. I think this is where we're headed, right there, 214.27. So right now, markets are a little bit vulnerable, and we're going to have to see. IBB got clobbered pretty good today, so we're going to have to see what happens, guys. Again, everyone, thanks for watching my videos. Hopefully I'm helping some of you guys out there. The market's been pretty complacent lately with light volume, but at this point I think we're going to start getting some selling. But until we get a little bit more follow through, I'll have to reevaluate the charts and see where we're going. Again, thanks for watching my videos. John at stockbookie.com. God bless. See you on the charts.